Hi. And again, I thank you also for being here. My problem is that, okay, we're saying wonderful things here, and I appreciate what you're doing. But you're listening to other voices that are out there. There are people constantly battering. We're talking about on the news. We're talking about on the radio. And we can't even get the people in Washington together. You know, we get a president, yay, black president, but now we're going to lose a lot of Democrats. And let's be realistic about it. When they have the November elections, that whole thing does a topsy-turvy thing. If you put a Republican in there, then you're going to lose some of the Republicans at the midterms. They can never get together, so you can never come together for any one reconciliation. So we have our kids out there. We have people who are battering, people who are willing to hurt our children. And I don't have a problem with my son protecting himself if somebody's threatening him. So you're asking us to go up against this force that has been since the beginning of time. It has always been an issue. You read things in the Bible, and there is a struggle there because there are words there, and if we accept it as the indisputable truth, there's a problem because how do we reconcile? I want to go to heaven. I'm serious. I want to go there. But also, if my pheromones say I'm attracted to a female, then I have that conflict. So how do you address that?
I addressed it real simple because I am a card-carrying Christian. And one of my spiritual teachers taught me, know me by my deeds. So my judge is not in the book. The book is there as a guide, but those were written by men. Okay, I haven't heard one book that they told me God wrote. Okay, this is just me. And all I'm saying is, that's up to you. That's between you and how you identify with how you must interpret. But when you talk, I'm taking your first statement. I don't leave this responsibility up to Washington. You in this room can change everything that goes on in Washington. I'm a local organizer. All politics are local. You got congresspersons sitting here. You got city council people sitting in here. You got state representatives sitting in here. Those are the people you say, I need some help. Those are your local leaders. What they do in Washington, they love to say, I'm going back home and taking care of business. And Washington is the end result. Washington responds to what this local community does. You have every degree of power for inclusion in your city that has nothing to do with Washington, because you can pass every local ordinance, you can pass every state ordinance, you could build every protection you want on the state and local level, and Washington will never have to bear if you don't leave your city. So to organize locally, you got every ounce of power in this room to make whatever you want in this particular journey real. The spiritual journey is between you and your God, and the reality is, we don't know how we're going to be determined. We don't know what the outcome is, so I can't preach to you there. I'm telling you, know me by my deeds. And once I feel like I'm doing everything I have to do with my deeds, then I feel I'm ready for Judgment Day.
You don't have a problem, though. You're married to a man. I mean, you don't have that issue. You don't really have that problem since you have this is your husband, handsome guy. Thank you, by the way. But when I'm looking at my issue as a person who is potentially gay, could be, maybe not telling you all my business.
I thought we were dealing with children. Okay, we got a different conversation going on here. Okay.
But when I'm looking at it from my aspect, I can appreciate what you're saying. You have assurance. I know your deeds, and you're doing some great things. But as many deeds as I may do, and as many steps as I may take, when I get before the Creator, what's going to happen?
I got Sister Leslie and Sister Mary that was just married in Washington, D.C. They got every story. They interracial, generational, love for decades. How many lesbians in the room? Raise your hand. That's happy to raise their hand. Okay, we got a sister circle right here. That can I get? Who's going to appoint themselves to be?
I will talk.
Okay, we got a committee so you can get out your gray area. I told you this room is full of solution. Full of solution. We are not here to just pontificate. And of my sister waving lesbians, how many of y'all are card-carrying Christians? Look at that. Okay, we got something that's not, that's going to speak directly to your Bible, and then others that's going to speak directly to your spirit. Okay? I got a role for everybody in here.
My name is
Paul
Phyllis
is never
Harris.
going to let me come back again. I see it right there.
I think my question is being answered as each question has been answered. And you mentioned earlier that, Cleveland is a target city. I don't know what that actually means for your organization. But what do you think, and you've said some of this, Cleveland has, I know that we have a local rep here in terms of their organization, but what do you think we have? And then what have you seen that it takes a city like Cleveland? Because we're all here. This is a big deal for us for you to be here. We're showing up. We do more than party. We are educated. We want rights, but we don't work that well together. So we keep we're being told, we need to work together. We know this from past history, but what does it really take to actually get it going? Who does it take? What kind of leadership? And do we have it? Do you see it from your organizational perspective?
Yes, and the reason I said target city is because this room is full. And it took work to get here. And it took work that every city's divided. Okay, let me be clear. There's no monolithic movement of any sort. Okay, that's number one. So there's the white gay rights movement, and then there's some black folks that's trying to figure out where they fit in every city in this country. Okay, any city that has a majority African American or a high population density over 20%, there's a lot of gay people in that city. So whether they're out or not, we got somebody just told us she trying to figure it out. That was courageous. Okay, but there are significant elements of organizing that you don't have to meet everybody where they're at. That's number one. I don't care if we end up with 10 local clubs, as long as you're organizing yourselves, you're sharing their commonalities. And I'm not asking everybody, let me also be clear, especially the African Americans in this room, I'm not asking everybody to put the flag on their house. Again, when you talk about culture, all black people don't want to be called lesbians. They don't want to be called gay. They don't even know what LGBT stands for. I love the elemental P that I get all the time. They're like, I'm gay and I don't know what you talking about. And I'm like, so I'm also, there is what we are coining at NBJC is the privacy movement. I'm just living in private. I don't want you in my business. I don't want you in my mailbox. I don't want you in my bedroom. But that doesn't mean I'm in the closet. There's two different things. I can't do too much with people in the closet. I can help connect people who are just trying to find themselves to the right resources. But as an advocacy organization trying to move rights, I'm fine if you live in private. I'm not asking you to put, you notice our name is National Black Justice Coalition. Where is the LGBT in that? And we were started by all LGBT people. My board is 100% LGBT. I'm the only person trying to sneak in. So, but even myself, you'll never hear me call myself a straight ally. I'm not a straight ally. I'm a sister in the movement because this is a family affair. And anybody that knows when you talk about the black family, it's a family affair. An ally, who's an ally? What is an ally to the black community? It's like, oh, you one of them. You're just trying to see what's going on. No, I'm a sister in the movement. I'm your sister. I'm to be held accountable. Your struggle is my struggle. So we're speaking about, when you talk about why we see Cleveland, because we know the energy. We hear we get the phone calls. We hear the hurt. We know the children population. And we're also looking at the trends of young people. I met with 12 historical black college presidents this summer. And the president of South Carolina State, Dr. Cooper, stood up in a room of people that they didn't know what I was going to do. I was called a provocateur. Can you believe that? They asked me to be a provocateur at this retreat with presidents. And after I got finished with some choice words as the provocateur, because I was given a license, the president said, y'all need to really pay attention to what this little sister's talking about. And I was like, oh, where's this going? Because 30% of my student body is LGBT. Did you hear me say South Carolina? Yes. 30%. So when you ask the question, we commune.